Hey, what's up? It's Icky Mel, that guy, that weirdo on the internet. Um, I'm just gonna talk for a few about the Comcast situation. I almost can't even believe the shit that's been going on with these people. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do today because I plan to live stream. I had a couple of things. The Ronnie thing I wanted to follow up on. I was thinking that, oh my god, I got a business connection. Wow, it's so amazing. So for the people that have been following, hey Evelyn, the people that have been following the situation, they connected and I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth, but they connected the business Comcast connection, the business class. They connected it, and guess what? The same issues. The same issues. And when I spoke to these people on the phone, yeah, man, it's a dedicated line. Oh, yeah, the business class. Oh, yeah, you gotta get the business class, man. That shit's $200 a month. Okay? Right now, I'm just testing it out for 30 days, which, why the hell would I want to keep it after 30? You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to pay 200, pay twice the amount that I paid before for the business class, have slower internet speeds, horrible equipment, because the business class modem, to me, when I look at it, it's out of date. They still have the 1 gig ports. They don't even have the 2.5 gig ports. All right. The business class modem that they sent me, or the guy came and installed, it came with some 4G backup thing, right? So it has like a 4G connection to where it has a cellular connection. I don't even want this stuff, but it just comes with the package and it's supposed to be cheaper. So I'm talking to the guy and he's like, yeah, it's 10 megabytes down, 2 megabytes up. I'm like, so what is the point of this shit? Like, why? And most people would not care, and most people would not know about that. But if it's 10 down and 2 up for this little 4G crap, whatever it is, why have it? I get it's a backup thing, but why am I paying extra service for this little mini little thing? That's trash. That's trash. And so here's the issue that's going on in my area, right? Because even to upload a regular video, like the video you saw this morning, that's from last night. That shit took a while. It just shouldn't take that long to upload with the connection that I have from what I'm paying. 1 gig should not take that long to upload. So there's downloading and there's uploading. There's downstreaming, which means downloads, and there's upstreaming. From what I was told, when there's noise in the lines and interference or something going on, that messes up the upstream upload information. And so for most people that just sit and they're just doing their work, they're working or they're just watching something or whatever, you would have no idea that your connection is screwed up unless you're streaming or you're gaming. Somebody I talked to from over that place, they told me it's always the gamers that notice. If you're not using an up connection, if you're not paying attention, if you're somebody that just does very, very casual internet, you're not going to notice there's a major issue in your area. So, I mean, they confirm with me there's a huge issue in the area for upstreaming. I don't know where, nobody knows where it's coming from. They're going to have to track it down. They're going to have to look wherever, here and there. And so I have 2 connections now in my house. I have a residential line and I have a business line. And when I spoke to the person on the phone, they told me the business line, oh, it's a dedicated line. It's separate. It's a dedicated line. It's the same shit. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Now, I don't know that I fully understand how the whole thing works, but with Comcast, they have like a node. It's like this place where all the connections in the neighborhood, they go and plug in for all the different houses and stuff. And supposedly they get their own connections. But if one of these things have an issue, or if one of them is malfunctioning, it can affect the entire thing. So getting this business crap, I wish I could show you a picture. I'll share it in my story. Imagine somebody coming to your house and installing this fucking technology shit. I mean, there's boxes stacked on top of boxes. You're thinking, wow, this is oh my God, this is next level. It's nothing. It's theatrics. You know what I'm saying? All it is aesthetics. It's just the visual. Bro, if you knew this stuff, with the and not only that, yesterday or was it yesterday, the day before when I was streaming with you guys, and I was having those issues. I mean, imagine I had 1,000 people, right? Because the problem is too is that not only is this affecting my internet, but it affects my live streaming, it affects my subs, it affects revenue, it affects me making money. Imagine you having to pay more for this bullshit internet that never seems to work. It's affecting your money now and your income. You know what I'm saying? And you're just getting the runaround, and then you have to pay more. And so I bought a $500 modem the other day, 2 days ago. 500. Because I was like, let me just see. Maybe it's the modem, even though I've already gone through 2 modems. And with these Comcast people, every time you call them, oh sir, restart your modem. Oh sir, restart your computer. Oh sir, they give you all these bullshit excuses. You're running in circles forever, and it's just them. It's just them. They'll keep you running in circles forever. Did you restart your computer, sir? And then they try to get you to cancel your appointment when you make an appointment. And I was getting weird calls because with some of these people, they would call me in between the appointment to cancel. One dude called me on a Saturday, and he was like, "Hello, sir," because I told him I'm trying to do my YouTube stuff. I'm trying to do my business. Like, "Hello, sir, are you going to be streaming today?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "What time are you going to be streaming?" He's like, "Yeah, so after I can check and see if you can tell me if the connection's working." I was like, "What? Are you going to be watching the stream?" A bunch of weird things have been going on with that whole situation. So the 500 thing, the whole thing with that modem, I'm going to go return it today. I'm going to go pack it up because it's a 14-day return policy. It's a really nice router, modem, Wi-Fi thing. I'm going to go return it today. I'll probably just have to pay like the restocking fee. So, that's kind of where I'm at. Like I was just, it was such a, and I really should have just used logic, common sense, right? Let's just say that you sign up for a service, right? Let's say you're paying a monthly fee on whatever service. I don't know. Let's say you're paying for, I think Uber has a thing, Uber Eats, or like the grocery delivery services, or even Walmart has like a thing. Instead of just paying every time, you can pay like a monthly fee. So let's say you're paying for a service already, right? Let's say you're paying for a monthly service, and then the company or whoever it is like, "Hey, we have a premium deal. Hey, we have a better offer for you. You just have to pay some more money and things will get better." Common sense would tell you that, and this is where I really should have gone with it, but I was kind of desperate because I just wanted to be live streaming daily. Common sense would tell you if they can't get things right on their regular service and it's shit, they're probably not going to be able to get things right on their premium service. Right? Common sense would say that. And the premium service they're offering is slower. No, seriously, it's slower. Slower internet. And some of the technology is dated. And they're offering you, oh, you get an antivirus, oh, and you get protection from hackers and anti-phishing. All that shit's free online. You can get that shit anywhere online and for cheaper. And you get a phone line. You get that shit for free too. So I'm just looking at the premium service, $200 a month for slower internet. I'm like, I did it because I was told it's a dedicated line. And I'm thinking, okay, so I won't have to deal with shit. This is basically what you get with Comcast Business, in my opinion, from what I've seen. You get better customer service. That's it. The turnaround times are faster. If you have an issue, you call them, I think within 24 hours or something, they're going to come back out. And if it's busy in the area and there's other people using the internet and it gets to a point where they have to slow people's internet down, supposedly the business accounts have priority. Do you live in the country, Mel? Yeah, I live in the country. What country are you talking about? Your internet is always trusted. You know, the thing with the internet, I think for people to understand, this is not something that's just like recent. This is something that goes years and years back, like at least a decade ago. back and forth, even at different locations that I've lived at. Comcast has always been an issue. I spoke to a friend of mine today that lives close to me. And the thing is, in my area particularly, there is no competition. They don't have the AT&T fiber internet. Once that shit comes here, it's a wrap for Comcast. It's done. You guys are done. My friend switched from Comcast to AT&T, the fiber, and that was it. He's never had issues again. And hey, what's up, D? And I watched this video yesterday. I picked up Maddie from school. I took her to her mother's. I hung out for a little bit, and I watched this documentary. There's a YouTube channel, I think it's called The Company Man. I don't know if you ever heard of The Company Man. It's a really good channel because they'll go into the history of companies and they'll really kind of break things down. And they spoke about Comcast. Horrible customer service. But Comcast does manage a huge population of people in the United States. And what I saw, there's a bunch of politics to it too. Internet's not just internet, it's politics. So these people, when they come to your city, they have to pay a fee to, I guess, the government. No, to the city. They got to pay a fee to the city. I don't know how. It comes out to a lot. I think they per line or per customer, they pay, I don't know what the fee, I can't remember exactly. I don't know if it's a couple dollars, let's say $2, $3. That shit adds up to billions. I'm telling you, but once the numbers add up, or millions or whatever. And they charge you too on your bill. I forgot the name of it. But these companies have to go into the cities. They have to work out contracts and deals to start digging holes or doing whatever it is. And they have to pay money. And it's a whole business thing and it's a political thing. And sometimes too, from what I saw in that video, these companies have a thing, well, this is my territory. Respect my territory. Don't come into my territory. Sometimes it's like that too. My friend, after all these years, finally AT&T came in and they're dominating now. It's a territory thing. And so that's why some people in certain areas, you have no option. In my area, the only thing I have is Comcast. After that, that's it. The AT&T in my area, they don't have fiber. And so they have this, the most they have is 20 down. I think it's 10 up, if that. It's laughable. Right now, my cell phone, you guys are watching me on my cell phone. Right now, my cell phone has faster internet than the internet in my house right now because of the issues going on. It has faster upload speed than what's at my house right now. How can we get fiber in an area? Start a petition. I don't think a petition is going to do anything. Like I was saying, I didn't even know this until yesterday. It's a whole political thing where these companies have to pay the city money. They have to pay them. For every customer, they pay whatever every year. It's a huge thing of money. And so when another company comes in, they have to get permission. And it's this whole territorial thing, like gangs. I had no idea this was a thing. If you look up, I think it's called the Company Channel or whatever it is, Bad Company. They break down all the information. And what I can tell you too is that a lot of people are getting ripped off. A lot of people don't check their internet. And for some people, it's kind of like whatever. But you don't need to have the fastest internet, especially if you're somebody that's just checking your emails and you're watching Netflix. You don't have to have the fastest tier. And your fastest tier is probably not even working. Your fastest tier, you're not even using that shit. You're paying, I don't know how much, $100 or whatever plus a month. It's not even working. Maddie's mother, we talked about this a couple times, but when I first met her and I went to her place, she had Comcast. And she was telling me, hey, I'm having these problems or whatever. I've been paying this money. Blah, blah. So I go check it out. And I'm like, she's not getting even a quarter of the speed. Her thing is throttled. She's getting nothing for what she's paying for. And so she called them and I spoke with them and they sent her out a new modem and things were working properly. And she had it like that for a long time. So what I'm saying is that a lot of you watching this shit, you're probably getting ripped off. You have no idea. And the regular person is probably not going to check. And so you're paying for something you're not even using. You're not even using most of that. If you're just a regular person, or maybe your parent, your grandma, whatever, they're just checking the internet, they don't need to be paying for all that service. They don't. They don't. It's a joke. Now, I also get that with the virus and all that stuff too. Like the numbers have increased. I get it. More people are jumping on the internet, and more people are doing this and that, and trying to run business out of home, and all this kind of stuff. There's no way in hell I'm gonna pay $200 a month for shitty service and slower internet. There's just no way in hell. Offer me something better. No way in hell. No way in hell. And they give you this whole thing. Oh, it's a special line and it's dedicated. Bitch, it's the same fucking line. That thing goes up to the tree in the same fucking place. And so because my other internet's messed up, when you hook it up to the same shit, yes, it's gonna have fucking problems. Yes. Yes. And I've been dealing with this shit with people with this specific situation for weeks. Probably even months. You know? Can you break down the best company to use in the best times? And well, it's really hard to say. I can't say what's the best company to use because I know in different states, like let's say for cell phone providers, and this is actually not even the same anymore. Let's just talk about like Sprint, for example. Sprint in South Florida was really shitty. Really shitty. Now they merged with T-Mobile. So now it's not as bad. It's actually pretty decent. Sprint, let me tell you, I used to have Metro PCS, right? I went through all of them. I had Verizon. Verizon's very nice, super expensive and overpriced, and I couldn't do it. But Verizon, when I worked in the hospital, I was able to get signals in places where other people couldn't get signal, and it was important for me, especially with Maddie and all that stuff. So I have Verizon. I had AT&T a long time ago. I had Metro before Sprint. Metro was actually really good. I think Metro was better than Sprint, and Metro was paying like $50 a month. Metro has stepped their game up from back in the day, and I know it's like the stereotypical joke. Oh, you got Metro? Yeah, yeah. Metro was pretty decent, and then I switched over to Sprint because I was desperate to try to figure out I had a whole internet situation back then too. My internet situation was so bad for you guys that know that the story that I told where I used to have to record and make a video, transfer the video to my cell phone, drive out to wherever it is that has a Wi-Fi connection, connect to that, and upload the video. But Sprint was horrible at one point. Sprint was worse than Metro, and Sprint cost more. And now they did the merge, and now Sprint is not so bad. But Sprint, I have friends in different states that told me Sprint is amazing over there. Sprint here in South Florida, and I've spoken to multiple friends, at the time, it was really, really shitty. So what might be good at one point might not be bad now. You know what? And it also really just depends on your location. It really does depend on your location and your city and all that kind of stuff too. It's not just you. Same problem with Comcast and Shreveport, Louisiana. They use tricks playing with it before it's due. Oh yeah. Playing with it before it's due, and I used to notice that too when my bill was due, or sometimes I used to let the bill go by a little bit. My internet would start acting up, and then when I would pay it, it just like normalized. And normalized. I was like, oh, okay. I'm supposed to be getting 200 megabytes, but I'm getting less than 20. Yeah, no, you're getting skimmed. Something's going wrong. Something's going wrong. And let me tell you, because today, as I did the premiere from earlier, when you guys are watching that premiere, Comcast was already working in my house, the business guy. And he walked into the room and he sees my video playing, and I'm trying to like talk to you guys. He's like, "That's you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And then another guy comes up, a supervisor. And listen, these people, they were trying to be helpful. They don't know the situation. They just get an order and they're showing up to my place or whatever. So it's not anything personal against these people. But Comcast in general, as an ISP, is really, really crappy sometimes. It's just shitty. And it's been, like I said, over the years, decades. I mean, house to house, multiple locations. It's always something with these people. Always. Always. And we're in 2021. Like, this shit should not be a thing. But there could be so many things. If you're having internet problems, it could be a lot of things. It could be Because you're gonna have to troubleshoot. It could be a lot of things. It could be your modem. Have you tried changing out your modem? It could be the Ethernet cable. Have you tried changing out the Ethernet cable? Could it be your computer? Maybe. Did you change the Ethernet port? I've done all that shit. I've changed the cable. I bought a new Ethernet port. I bought a new modem. I did everything. Could it be the cable outside of your house? The other thing too, I hear sometimes people mess with the cables. I don't know. My friend Lass said they don't do that anymore. But back in the day, they used to cut the cable lines, hook up their own connection to the cable, and get the cable from there. I only use Verizon, can't deal with others. I don't blame you. I really don't blame you because it's such a hassle. With some of these services, I'll pay $100 extra to not have to deal with your shit all day long and calling these people all day. I pay $100 extra if you can give me some good service. And they can't. I'll pay $100 extra a month if you can provide stable service where I'm not having to call you all the time, where I'm not having to go out of my day to drive to a store to pick up a modem, where I'm not having to talk to customer service that asks me the same questions the last 3 months of all the people that I've called. Asks, sir, did you restart? Sir, did you do this? Sir, did you unplug? Whatever. I pay $100 extra not to have to deal with their shit. You know? Horrible service. Horrible, man. Horrible. And the business thing, I was so surprised. It seems like it's even worse. I was thinking, like, yo, people can actually run a business using this shit. I was like, wow. I was like, really? And like their software and everything. I was looking at the business side. It's shitty. Let me tell you this other thing too. With the business, okay, so they hooked me up with the business modem. They hooked me up with this 4G thing. They also put this USP thing, which, I mean, I thought it was kind of cool. So it's like this battery thing, right? It charges into the wall, and you put your electronics into that. And so if, like, there's a power outage, which happens kind of frequently in Florida, your devices keep their power on, and so you have time to shut it down or save what you're doing or whatever it is you want to do. Which, anyway, in this day and age, most of the shit is saving every 5 seconds, or even my video editor is saving. But it's nice. It's a nice feature. So you get all this kind of stuff. The modem these people sent me, whatever it is, it has a static IP address. The IP address is from another state, Kansas. I don't know why I'm in Florida. They give me a Kansas IP address. Now, maybe I can change it. I don't know if I have to call them. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how to access the modem because it's confusing as hell. Because the modem and the 4G thing are connected together with Ethernet ports. So it's kind of confusing. But I'm in Florida and you're giving me a device that has an IP address from another state. That means that every time I connect to a website, anytime I go to do something with the internet, like streaming, anytime I do a speed test, it's not using the local servers that's going to give me the best connection. You're literally using servers in an entire other state. So wherever I go on the internet, it's going to think that I'm in that state, and it's using those servers all the way over there. So my pings for the business modem, because I have 2 modems now, they're like at 100 ms. For people that know what I'm talking about, it's at 100 ms. Plus, who the fuck is going to run a business at 100 ms? When I connect my old modem, when I connect to my residential, it's 9 or 10 ms. That means the time like it takes to bounce between, I don't remember the exact thing, but it shouldn't be at 100. If you have 100, something's not right from your direct connection. My normal is 8 or 10. With the business, which is $200 a month, is at 100. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. They're pushing this shit as it's some sort of lavish service. Oh my God. Now the peasants in your neighborhood, they're not at your level. But really, it's not. It's not like that. I'm saying that being sarcastic. It's worse. It's a worse connection. Oh my God. I went through 2 modems. I stay in the city. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm in Cali where people call it ghetto, but it's always worked for me. Can it be a tax write-off? My internet, for sure, it's going to be a tax write-off. I don't... Well, here's the question. I guess let me ask you guys this before I get off. What would you guys do if you were in my position I have two connections right now. I have the residential and I have the business. The residential is faster right now. The residential is like 1.2 gigs speed, which it actually goes to 1.4, and then the business is just 1,000, which just doesn't make too much of a difference. I have 30 days to cancel this crap, right? The business thing. It's twice as much for the regular internet. Would you keep the business, or would you cancel that shit, send all the fucking equipment back, and just keep the residential and wait till they fix this shit? The only perks for me, here's the perks for the business thing. The perks is the customer service. If there's an issue, which I did see the guy put a ticket. The guy that came out today, he really did put a ticket out. If there's an issue with the internet, they come out faster, so you're not having to deal with it forever. Like right now, my situation was with residential. And so for the people that know, I've been dealing with this shit for weeks. With business, these people come out like the next day or the day of. That's the major difference. So I don't know, because my fear with this is like, all right, if I cancel the business, what if I run into the same issue a month from now or 2 months from now? I'm already on edge. This shit happens again in a month, I'm breaking stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm breaking the modem, I'm punching the computer screen. I don't know, but yeah, I could definitely do it as a tax write-off for sure. I mean, it's expensive on the front end, $200. That's more than I'm paying for Maddie's. No, it's not. No, it's not actually. Maddie's is like $185 a week. Never mind. I was like, it's more than I'm paying for Maddie's school. It's like, no, it's not. Got a little carried away. What happened with the Connect? I texted her today. She didn't reply back. I got to talk to her. I don't know. But she put me in contact with the business person. She had really good intentions. That business guy, he didn't really tell me the truth, though. I don't know if he was just trying to make a sale. But you don't really get like a special connection. They just hooked that shit right back up to where I'm having issues. I've been trying to tell these people for... You ever been trying to tell somebody forever, like, this is the issue, and they're looking everywhere else, and you're like, it's right here. But, sir, and they're looking everywhere else, and you're telling them, oh, shit, Lynn, hey! We'll have to talk after. Try business a bit longer. If no... The business thing, this is what the guy told me. Like I said earlier, supposedly it's a more stable connection, even though it's literally on the same connection. And when it gets busy, your account has priority, and when you have issues, there's customer service. You can actually talk to somebody that's in this country. I don't mean to sound like facetious or nasty about it, but a lot of times with customer service, with the residential, it's outsourced. And so when you call, you're calling somebody in another country that could give two flying about whatever it is you're going through. And those people too from the other countries, I've been lied to plenty of times. Oh, sir, we're gonna take care of you. Oh, we're gonna do this and that, and they don't do nothing. That's one of the differences too. So I don't know. Oh, it's not your problem. It's not your problem. It's not your fault, Lynn. Not at all. It's nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. I'm just venting my frustrations because I've been dealing with Comcast. Actually, when I spoke to somebody the other day, they told me the year. I don't know if it was... I think they told me 2009 or something like that. And this has been through multiple addresses, okay? Everywhere I go, we got Comcast, all right? And so my frustration is something that's been building up for a very long time. And the whole ring around thing, it has nothing to do with you. I really do appreciate that you put me in contact to try to do something, because something is better than nothing, right? But this is something, apparently, like I don't know if you were here from the beginning. Like I was telling everybody else, this is something that's not in your control. It's not in my control. Nothing with the computer can do it. Nothing with a modem. Nothing with changing out the lines. They've changed out the lines multiple times. There's nothing from my end or your end or somebody on the phone can do. These people need to go out to the different lines that's going out through the neighborhoods and through the different nodes or whatever, and they need to fix a structural issue that Comcast is having. Stop ignoring and stop putting it on the fucking customer. You guys have a fucking problem, go fix the shit. That's what it is. That's just what it is, um, and this whole thing with Comcast and back and forth, I've had it so many times. This is not the supervisor that came out. He was super nice. He gave me his contact number. He said, "Yo, just call me." First, he was like, "When the issue happens, just call me and let me know because we have to see when it happens." The things in my area have gotten so bad that it was happening while he was there, and so I called him and was like, "Hey, it's right here." And so he was nice enough. He checked. And he told me like there is some, you could see, he showed me a graph, there really is some issues going on in the area. Here's one of the things that I don't like. These guys that came out today, they were nice. I guess they can't do shit, they have to go out, whatever. And that whole thing where they have to go out and check the nodes and check the lines, that's like a whole nother department. What I don't like is the lady that I spoke to the day before, when I got with her on the phone, she tells me that, "Sir, your modem looks fine." And I'm like, "No, it's not." And she's like, "Oh, I can see your downstream. Your download, your downstream, it's fine." I was like, "How about my upstream?" "Oh, sir, I can't see that." "What do you mean you can't see that?" "Oh, I when I checked it, I couldn't see it." The upstream is the problem. If you can check the downstream, you can check the upstream. And I can tell she was a little kind of like taken back, like, "Oh shit, how does he know that?" or whatever. She kept sticking to, "I don't have access to the upstream." I just don't like the lying stuff too. Like, we don't have to lie about this stuff. We can be honest about it. I didn't like that lady that I spoke to. She was lying. And after I got off the phone with her and I contacted Comcast on Twitter, and Comcast, when I looked them up and I went to go type in their name, you know how you had previous messages with somebody? All the stuff from all the previous years, it's still there. So it's not even just the recent issue. The whole catalog of stuff pops up in the DMs. It's nothing new. But when I spoke to the people on Twitter, at least they were honest too. I can appreciate the honesty. Just be honest. I don't know why people with customers and stuff, why do you have to lie? Just be honest, and I can at least respect that. I don't know why we have to go through the lying thing, or if you're thinking, I guess they just assume people are stupid. And so when I spoke to the Comcast person on Twitter, they were like, "Yeah, we can see there's upstream issues on your modem. There's error logs." And I even told the lady on the phone that lied to me, I said, "Lady, your own automated system," when I called and they did that, and I hate that crap too. The automated system now wants you to restart the modem. And they tell you, "Sir, we're going to restart the automated thing. We're going to restart your modem." They hang up on you. You don't have a choice in this shit. They hang up on your ass before you can talk to a customer service. Then they make you wait 10 minutes. The modem, most of the time, doesn't take 10 minutes. And if you call before 10 minutes, the system tells you, "Well, sir, you have to wait because it's too soon," even though your modem already restarted, to talk to somebody. The shit hangs up on you again. Yesterday, the day before, I was literally calling to where it was telling me, "Sir, you have to wait 1 minute till you can speak to customers." That's how horrible these automated machines are. And so what I told that lady too that lied to me about the upstream, I was like, "Lady, your own automated system told me that you can read errors on my modem and the upstream. Just be honest. Why do you have to lie? Be honest." I don't know why some people have such a hard time with that. Just be honest. You know, so it's just like a history of this kind of stuff with these people. To me, it's the once AT&T fiber comes, and if it's any kind of decent service, they're gonna blow Comcast out of the water if they come in this area. They're gonna blow them out. Comcast is a huge machine from that little documentary I saw, so I get it. I'm just a small little thing in the machine. They could care less. It's not going to make a difference. That's not going to make any difference on their finances or nothing like that in the grand scheme of things. We're nothing. We're just little fucking pieces of whatever. So I get it. But eventually, maybe, and if AT&T picks up and their fiber thing, AT&T's fibers, I hear it's like 1,000 down and 1,000 up. You don't have to deal with this upstream bullshit. Oh, no. Don't even say that. Evelyn, is the dish service any better? No. Satellite is really bad. Satellite is really slow. I used to think that too, like a very long time ago before I knew about the internet. I was like, oh, let me see. What does satellite offer? Like, is it fast or whatever? It's really slow. Not good. Satellite is no good. And I spoke to my friend last today. Good guy. Last was like, hey Mel, Have you tried going through AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile, and have you tried purchasing that little box where you can use their internet as your internet or whatever, which is super expensive? They charge you a buttload to do that. And I was like, yes, Laz, I have. I've tried the T-Mobile one. I've tried the Metro one. Um, I didn't do Verizon. I've tried a few of them. Verizon's super expensive. The problem is too, where I live, the signal in the room where all these electronics is no good. I don't know if that room's made out of lead and shit. Can't get mobile signal there. It's just the signal is not fast and it's unstable. So I said, Laz, anything you can think of, any question that you're gonna be like, yo, have you tried this? I've tried. More than likely, I've tried it. I've been there, done that. I've been doing this shit for years. Doing this shit for years. Borgie, that's a really good question. Google Internet. That's something that I wanted to do myself. I wanted to sign up, and apparently, I think it was discontinued. I don't know if somebody can Google it right now for me. I can't get out of here right on my screen, but if somebody can Google it real quick, or somebody knows, I heard that Google Internet was like discontinued. I think wherever it is where it is, but I don't think that they're expanding. Google Fi. I don't think they're expanding. That's what I heard. Because I heard Google Internet was putting fiber in all these different places and it was going to be cheap and all this kind of stuff. I don't think that ever came to be. Google Fi, I think, is just Wi-Fi, I think. A lot of times, too, people confuse. Here's one of the, because my mother does this too all the time. My mother confuses Wi-Fi and internet, like direct internet, Ethernet, like hardwired. My mother, sometimes she thinks, like, let's say we have Wi-Fi, or like Google Fiber shows. No, she thinks that, let's say you have a Wi-Fi like at a business or at a home, like at her job, that Wi-Fi connection is going to be everywhere you go. Let's say let's say I go to McDonald's, that I can go home and connect to McDonald's. And it doesn't work like that. Wi-Fi is just in the area that you're in. It's a short range radio frequency. Now you can connect remotely, but Wi-Fi is just a short range antenna connected to the local internet that's hardwired. You know? Google Fiber shows up. I have AT&T. I have the AT&T service down the street, so my service is fast. The other thing too with Wi-Fi, I don't know if you know, there's like 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection, and then there's the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection, and it almost works like, oh great, this guy's like mowing whatever by me. The 2.4, it's almost like a 4G LTE tower. So this, what the fuck? Yeah, I could move, but I'm all right. What was I saying? Oh, okay. So the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi thing, it's like a 4G thing. So the range goes further, but the internet is slower. It's not as fast. And then the 5G towers, like you're talking about the 5G technology, all these people think they're going to get the virus from the 5G. It's almost like the Wi-Fi thing where it's a stronger connection, but it's a shorter range. And so with the 5G towers and stuff, they have to pack it in a closer. They're a lot closer to each other, and it's just a bunch of them versus like the other connections. The kind of Wi-Fi works like that too. So I don't know. I'm just rambling, but yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm really not sure what to do with. I mean, I'm really disappointed with the Comcast business. You could always move. That's true. I guess I could. You know what the thing with moving is, Alma, though? So all the different places that I've been, I usually always type in the address online to see what internet service providers are there. And so that's something that you really need to do. Because I know people that move to certain places and they have either certain restrictions. Some places already have the internet set up like Comcast, and there's only one speed that they can get. You can't upgrade, downgrade, or whatever. I've heard of things like that too. That's one of the first things that I look at when I'm moving somewhere. What's the internet service providers that are there? You know? I think Xfinity is pretty bad everywhere. I think everybody, yeah, it's true. I think everybody's having problems. I don't know. I can imagine. Let's imagine you're a business, like a big business, and these people go down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of blocks in CT. Oh, so let me tell you guys one other thing before I get off. I'm surprised I talked about 40 minutes about Comcast. One other thing before I get off. I wanted to, well, in Lauderhill, it's just so weird. Maybe I should move the car. It's just weird, bro. It's just like flicking into the car. Does he know I'm here? Brum, bum, bum, brum, bum. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm just doing my job, okay? I'm just doing my job. Goddamn YouTubers, I can't stand them. YouTubers, I think they're the shit. Get out of here. Goddamn YouTubers. Okay, so yesterday, right? There's a story. And there's a story called, oh shoot, my battery's dying. Oh no. Hold up. Let me put the charger in. I got the charger. Let me just finish what I'm saying and try to charge this up a little bit. Okay, we got a little bit of charging. Okay, we're good. Yesterday, a friend sent me this story from Lauderhill, where there was a body found in a canal. The body was like a girl between like 10 and 13. And I was like, holy shit. Stacy sent it to me. And then I think some other people, I think Sylvia or something. A couple hours later, Stace messages me again. Another body is found right in the same area by the canal. I think it was in the canal. It was in the canal floating like upside down. Another body. And it was another girl, I believe, between like 10 and 13 in Lauderhill. That is really strange. Lauderhill, I've been there like I think once or twice. Lauderhill is a bad area. I don't like to go over there. That place is not a good area. That place is one. It reminds me of like Overtown, depending on where you go. It reminds me of Overtown, where you walk into that area or you drive into that area, people know you don't belong. Sylvia was thinking serial killer too. Because I remember when I went to Overtown and I was in that area, people literally like they're like hanging outside of their homes and shit. They know you're not from there. The area that I was at anyway. Overtown's not a good place. Lauderhill is not a good place. I feel like that's a place you go and they could rob you. You know? So that happened yesterday. I'm gonna go after I get off of here, I'm gonna go on the computer and follow up a little bit. I was thinking of going out there. But I don't know. I really don't know. And I was trying to get Silvio to call me. I was like, yo, you want to go check this out, man? You want to go look? But he was like uncomfortable. He was like, nah, man, I don't know. It's really a good idea. And the thing too, where it happened, it looks like it was in a complex kind of thing. You know, like those little community, like complex apartment things. So if I went in there, and especially after this happened, I feel like people would be looking at me. But at the same time, you never know if people might actually walk up to me and start talking to me. Sometimes people get, oh yeah, I want to say this, I want to say that. I don't know. Hey, Winter Crimes, how you doing? Holy Water. So I'm kind of interested in that story because I've been wanting to do something local again. I kind of miss doing something local and going out and taking my camera and recording. So I might go do that. Since my internet is messed up and jacked up and I can't stream and whatever, maybe I can take my camera and go drive. It's not that far of a drive. I can go out there and check it out and just see what pops up. Tracy said, don't go. That makes me want to go, actually. Could be dangerous. You don't know what's going to happen. You might not come back. Okay, let's go. You might get robbed. Let's go. So we'll see. I'm gonna if I go, I'm gonna record it on my camera, my nice camera, and I can edit it. And if I can't stream it, I'll just upload it. It's gonna take a really long time, but I'll just upload it. The internet, with the guy that installed the business thing, he told me the thing is because it's a business account now, they might come out faster and fix it. Maybe so, because you know, with this whole situation too, the people that have been here, you guys know, for days and even like weeks, probably like 2 weeks, I've been complaining about the internet. Now I sign up with the business class and the supervisor's there and it's other guys there too, and so they're looking into it, but I have been complaining a lot too, so I don't know. So we'll see. Go on FB. Maybe that would help. Go live on FB. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't work like that. I've tested it on both. The whole connection is screwed. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Unfortunately. Interesting story. Okay, thanks, Winter Crimes. I get a lot of requests, so I mean, I'll take a look, but a lot of times so I can't. It depends what I'm doing. I kind of can't. I'm dealing with all this kind of stuff, you know. But we'll see. Take a psycho woman with you. We fight off a bear. Oh man. But all right, I'm gonna be out of here, man. I appreciate you guys just stopping by and listening to me vent. I'll sometimes wonder if like there's Comcast watching, like one of their employees watching. Well, I mean, obviously there kind of is now, but I sometimes wonder like, are these people watching? Like, damn it, he's complaining again. Shit, he's complaining. Tracy, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the love. Thank you. All right, you guys have a good day, man. We'll talk. I'll let you guys know what happens. I want to go on an adventure. We'll see. We'll see. It's not a real typical adventure though, because it's kind of the hood. It's not really